Hey, Bulls and Bears, it is Sunday, October 3rd, 2021. Thank you for being here. Back with another dose of economic reality. My name is JJ. Before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed so you do not miss a report. And I am very curious to hear about your comments, so I want you to be here engaged as often as possible. So please double check, make sure you're subscribed. If you like the updates and reports, we put out several reports almost every day, but not quite every day. I take a day off every once in a while. But we're always here for the latest news and financial and economic analysis. And we're going to tell you about a few people that are predicting some big things happening here this month in October. Now, I've tried to put it out there that I do not really put out timelines because it's really hard to predict the timing on a manipulated market. But we can sure report on other people and what they're saying and the timing that these other people are giving us. And this is a money-wise article put out by Yahoo Finance. Robert Kiyosaki, quote, the biggest crash in world history, unquote, hits in October. Now, I'm not sure if Kiyosaki said exactly October, but this is what the article is saying. They also mentioned 3 ways to protect yourself. Check out that article for that. Now, it's interesting because I did a word search on this entire article for the word October, and it doesn't appear anywhere else in the article except for the headline. So I'm not sure if they missed it or something like that. So I went to an interview that they referenced, and this was an interview with Kidco. All right, so I want to play you the most important clips that I think are the most important clips from this interview. And Kiyosaki's been predicting a crash, not inflation, not a crash of your purchasing power because of rising prices, but a deflationary collapse or crash. And here is an excerpt I want you to pay attention to. Take a listen right here.
And yet you say that, Robert, that gold is going to crash in this is along with the equities, along with everything else. So how does one protect one assets if this crash that you're predicting does indeed happen? If you're saying that gold's going down with it too.
Well, because I bought gold when it was $350 an ounce. You see, every professional investor knows it's not when you sell, it's when you buy. So I bought Bitcoin at 6,000 and 7,000. So I'm just saying, I'm a pure capitalist. When markets crash, it's the best time to get rich. So I'm getting very excited about a crash coming because the better stocks will come available. Unfortunately, Michelle, there would be massive social unrest because we have not reinvested. We're more concerned about because the better stocks will come available. That's what I'm more concerned about. Because
So there we go. We heard it right there. Kiyosaki is waiting for a crash. He is waiting for prices to plummet for better buying opportunities, and he says that's the best time to get rich. And what's the saying from Warren Buffett? Be greedy when others are fearful. So what's going to trigger this deflation? Well, it's interesting. When I listen to this interview, he doesn't actually give an exact trigger and doesn't give any definite timelines or events that are going to trigger it. So is he afraid to say it? Is it a forbidden topic? Let me know what you think down in the comments about that. Now let's go over to Twitter and see what a few people are talking about here. We're going to start with Peter Schiff. And he's talking about inflation here in the Fed. And we've warned you on the car prices over 2 years ago. We warned you that prices are going to continue to rise, that the production is not enough to meet up with demand, and that the banks are going to continue to loan out money for people to go buy cars. And sure enough, we're seeing that. And here's what Peter Schiff tweeted here just recently, quote, despite reporting falling sales, GM reported that average selling prices rose to $47,400, a 20% increase over the past year. That's 10 times the Fed's official 2% inflation target. If prices rise another 20% this year, the average new GM car will set you back $57,000. At the end, he said, thanks, hashtag Fed. And that's exactly right. You see, when banks can loan out endless amounts of money and loans without any worry that the loans won't get paid back, then you're going to see bubbles get bigger, prices go higher, including car prices. And it could be that they'll go up another 20%. Now, add on top of all the monetary system issues and the banks promised never-ending rescue programs. Well, now we've got the supply chain disruptions, the chip shortages, The rising fuel energy costs, which cause shipping costs to go higher, which causes what? Everything else to go higher too. Anything that has to be shipped and delivered. And it's pretty scary to think about that the new car with another 20% rise, the average GM new car is going to be $57,000. And one of the things I try to stress here on this channel is this can all be changed at the stroke of a pen instantly. All they have to do is restrict the banks from loaning out money that they actually don't have, and you would see the ultimate collapse and deflationary price drop that you've ever seen, even worse than 2008. Remember, 2008, the full correction was never allowed to happen, right? The money printers came in with hundreds of billions of dollars that allowed the banks to keep lending and to stop the prices from really falling. They also came out with home buyer incentive programs. They dropped interest rates back down in a hurry, several basis points. Right, so 2008, even though that was a pretty bad correction, or pretty good correction, depending on which side of the fence you're on, even though it was pretty big, the collapse would have been a lot bigger. The price declines would have been a lot worse, and the prices for everything would have been a heck of a lot lower without the intervention. All right, people, so let's shift gears a little bit here. Let's talk about the labor shortage. Now, this one caught me by surprise, but we're going to report it to you because, if news outlets are talking about it, we should at least talk about it and see what they're saying. The mystery has been solved. The reason people do not want to go back to work is because they're afraid of going poo at work. Yes, this is a real article. This is out of Indy100.com. People are worried about going back to the office because they don't want to poo at work. So we know that the home bathroom is a lot nicer than the stalls you'll see at an office building. And what if you work at a fast food place? Do you have to use the same bathroom that the customers use? I'm not sure. I would hope not, but could this be a reason or one of the reasons why people do not want to go to work? And yes, they use the word poo right here. And I'm kind of glad, because if they use the S word for that for that stuff, then they might not let you watch this video. All right, and that's another thing. We're living in a time right now where people are so easily offended. Us as creators, we have to think about every little word that we say, everything that we talk about. But let's get into this article just for a second. I don't want to waste too much time on it. I'll read you the first sentence. The pain, anxiety of going back to the office is real, and there is one symptom that some people are particularly worried about as a result: poo paranoia. So there you have it, mystery solved. It's not the enhanced unemployment benefits. It's not all the hoops that people have to jump through now to stay at a job or maintain employment. It's not the fact that most companies don't pay enough to keep up with the rising costs. It's all about the poo. And I'm so glad for Indy 100 for solving this mystery for all of us. All right, everybody, hope you have a good night and good day if you're watching this on Monday. Either way, we'll see you back here really soon. Please subscribe if you're not already. It helps this channel, and it's going to help us together navigate these waters here. Very scary and uncertain times coming, folks. Keep preparing, keep stacking. Everybody stay well, stay safe, stay prepared. Bye for now. Peace.